And now we moved on to Final Fantasy 14. So I've only tried FF14 just because of the meme that Asmongold was gonna try FF14, and I was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna try as well. I started off around like 3 days ago or some shit, and the game basically reminds me of Terra. If I wanted to just put it short and simple, it's basically like you got yourself Terra before Terra was actually official, and you got yourself Final Fantasy. So the way and how Final Fantasy works from like just from like the quick research I've done, like the basic rough research that I've gotten is that you can change, they call them jobs as like classes. You can change your classes however the fuck you want. You just need to do for if I'm not lost, because I've only played it for 3 days, and I've played WoW for like 3 weeks, right? But with the 3 days that I've gotten with Final Fantasy 14, you can basically change whatever class that you want to do up until like after Heaven's Guard. Because if I'm not lost, the free trial gives you Heaven's Guard, A Realm Reborn, and the only thing that you cannot do is what's after that. In World of Warcraft, you can basically go just before Shadowlands, and you can unlock all the armor and weaponry that you can. It's just that you're capped at level 20. So it's like a roller coaster ride in World of Warcraft where it's like you must be this tall to ride this coaster. In Final Fantasy 14, they gave it an easier restriction, and your level cap, if I'm not lost, is 50 for free to play. And if you're a full time player and you bought the game, I actually don't know this, if it's 70 or 80 or even 100. All I know is that you're capped at 60. I think you're capped at 80 if you bought the game. But if you didn't bought the game, it's still capped at 60. And if I'm not lost, the old version was that you were capped at 35. So with Final Fantasy 14, it's a big improvement. And if WoW made it said that way, you were capped at like, let's say 35 or 40, and you had some access to the Shadowlands. Like you had access, let's say you had access to like the main story of Shadowlands, you just couldn't do like, let's say, the really cool shit. Like you still can't do like gladiators or Torghast, or you can't do like most of the mythic raid bosses. I would say that would still be fair enough, because at least I'm no longer capped at fucking level 20, and we got somewhere, but we're still capped, and we still are encouraged for us to try the game. In Final Fantasy 14, you can go to Realm Reborn, you can go to Heaven's Guard. My maximum level so far is 13, so I don't even know what Realm Reborn or Heaven's Guard looks like. And the only reason why I was officially going to Final Fantasy 14 was for the machinist. Because you just throw all of this ridiculous technology bullshit that didn't make any sense, but who gives a fuck, it looks cool anyway. And I was like, that's me. And I was like, wait, fuck, how do I unlock this? Wait, it's from a quest? So I need to go to Ishgard. Wait, really? Okay, what do I have? I have Black Mage. Oh, okay, I can just go Black Mage, and I can go and make her level 50, and I can go to Ishgard, and I can get Machinist, and I can play Machinist. I actually think that's pretty fucking cool. Now, obviously, like, class unlocks are, are a swing and a miss. For me, it's a swing. For you, it can be a miss. I know, especially for me, it was a miss at first, and then it turned into be a swing. Because all I gave a fuck about was, I want to be a machinist, and I want to fuck shit up with some random technology bullshit. Like, that was my idea. But I enjoyed myself being a black mage. Who knew? Um, there's only a few classes that you are officially locked, that you cannot get unless you actually buy the game. which was, if I'm not lost, is called Stormblood, which you cannot use Samurai or Red Knight, not Red Knight, Red Mage, excuse me, Samurai or Red Mage. You cannot use Gunbreaker, and the other one I absolutely fucking forgot. What was the other one? Shit, what was the other one? Whatever. And the other one, which I'm planning to get, and Walker, is that you can unlock Sage, and my personal favorite, obviously, because I've been a weep before, Reaper. I feel like Reaper is just like the edgier version of Dragoon from all the Dragoon memes I've seen. Even though I haven't gotten Dragoon yet, but I know eventually I'm gonna be one. And I'm gonna be like I'm gonna be the butt of the joke. Because I'm gonna be a Dragoon, I'm gonna say, you don't understand me. Um, in Final Fantasy XIV, if I'm not lost, you also have. So I just looked at this recently. You can get one of these bottles. It's called a Fusioner bottle, and you would drink it. And what would happen is that you can change your class, not your class. You can change your race, and you can change like the appearance. It's just that you can't officially change your name. And when I saw one of those lion boys, I was like, bro, if I get that with Marauder, I can officially be raid boss, big dick, HP, and strength. Like, that's my man right there. And instead I got this Frankenstein motherfucker over here instead. That just has like 2 strength and 3 vitality. And for the meme sake of League of Legends, I actually called him Scion Warmonger. Because Scion Juggernaut was taken. And then I'm like, wait a minute. I can't change my name. So I need to be a bit more creative because I want to play the Lion Boy. Because it reminds me of the Alliance from World of Warcraft. And a bit of Tucking because it reminds me of King. I can make him look like King at least. Kind of, not really. Because he's more lion than he is leopard. I feel like what bored me less, I'm sorry, WoW, but with the level 20 cap and just you having a wall of text and telling you to do this and then come back, or killing a bunch of mobs and then come back, especially with like how stylized the game can be, it's a little. I don't want to. Listen, man, I like WoW just as much as any other guy, but I'm a casual and not a fucking pro neckbeard, alright? I'm a noob neckbeard, alright? I'm a level fucking 1 neckbeard. But when it comes to, like, WoW, yeah, especially with the level 20 cap and the 1000 gold, it's kind of a rough world out there. I even don't know how the fuck the professionals work, like how to like skin, how to do skinning or how to do leatherworking, or smithing or whatever the fuck. But in Final Fantasy XIV, I haven't even tried it yet, so I don't even know what that looks like. But I'm pretty sure it's basically the same thing as WoW. Maybe you get like one, maybe two, professions that you would choose, and there it is. Um, when it comes to WoW, it's snappier and it is responsive until you lag out. And with Final Fantasy XIV, I'm just doing it on the PlayStation 4 version because I worry that the PC version is just going to melt my laptop and I need a new laptop. So there it is. So I tried it with the PS4 version. Again, with the PS4 version, sometimes I feel like I'm not even playing Final Fantasy and I'm just playing Terra. Because my brain is basically on near autopilot mode. Because I'm just watching YouTube on one side. So I'd have the laptop over here. And I would have like the PlayStation 4 like somewhere here. And I would just play like this. And sometimes I'd look over here. And then whenever I'm really into Final Fantasy 14, I would get off my chair and sit on the carpet because I'm really into it. When it came to WoW, it never made me want to sit down on the carpet. It just made me want to sometimes AFK and just watch YouTube. And then I would forget that World of Warcraft was even online. And then I'm like, oh fuck, maybe I just fancy some Hearthstone every once in a while. So at least for me, again, I love both games. Don't get me wrong, I love both games. It's just that when it comes to WoW and with how capped you are at level 20, it makes you feel like your endgame is quicker than you realize. And with Final Fantasy 14, it's no wonder, especially if it's a meme or not, that not only are you capped at level 60, not only can you basically use a lot of the fucking classes, or at least a little over a half of the classes, but it almost feels like as if you're a premium player, whereas with WoW, you're a scuffed player, and you're a forced scuffed player. At least with Final Fantasy 14, I have a set goal, I have a mindset. I can go level 60, I can fuck some shit up. I can actually go to some raid bosses if I'm not lost, because I really want to fucking fight Sephiroth ever since I've heard his music. When it came to WoW, there was one time I went to a dungeon 5 man, and I forgot what the fuck was going on, but it looked cool. When it came to Final Fantasy 14, I saw Sephiroth, he was in Heaven's Guard, I was like, I want to fight him. So for me, especially, I think Final Fantasy 14 is better than WoW as a free-to-play player. What you see is what you get. With WoW, you're capped at level 20 with 1000 gold. With Final Fantasy 14, all I know is that you're just capped at level 60, and you can even get a free Fantasia bottle if you don't like your character and you just want to get a new character. And I think I've said most of what I wanted to say. I do plan on getting both WoW and Final Fantasy 14 Premium. I do want to see like the 9.1 change, where I can just watch Asmongold and have his opinion about it. And if the next expansion is going to be worth it, which I'm pretty positive that Asmongold is going to buy the next expansion. It's just I don't know what the fuck it's going to be. And me especially, I'm just going to just buy Endwalker. I'm going to have Reaper. I'm going to have Machinist. I'm going to have Marauder and just laugh my ass off with just how much HP I can just build up. And I would have Gunbreaker and maybe even like Sage, because I like Sage, or even White Mage, and I would just go with those guys. Oh, and Black Mage, and like maybe even like Summoner and Scholar, and I'm pretty fucking happy. Whereas with WoW, I was just stuck with Warrior, maybe Death Knight, and that was kind of it. And yes, the Paladin meme is fucking real, where you just do nothing but auto attack, quick burst combo, auto attack, heal, auto attack. Yes, that's actually real and not a fucking meme. Actually, the meme is the reality for Paladin. But everything else, Warriors just, you jump, you start slashing shit. It's more fun for you. With range, Asmongold actually set the joke that if you ever want to be new, if you ever want to experience WoW and not do a fucking thing, you just play Beast Mastery Hunter, and you'll get into WoW quicker than you imagine. So yeah, those are my two opinions. TLDR. If you want to try Final Fantasy 14, I would recommend that one first, and then WoW second, in my opinion. If you want to know how scuffed it is with WoW level 20 capped with 1000 gold, you're going to have yourself a tough life, let's say that. So yeah, this was just supposed to be like a meme video. It wasn't taken seriously. And I really need to fucking shut down because I don't want to go towards a 50-minute cap.